For decades, if you were a Fortune 500 CEO and you wanted to buy another company, you picked up the phone and called JPMorgan. They were the kings at the deal table, the rainmakers, the inevitable choice. But what if quietly another bank has been clawing its way back up into that room and just posted results that make it impossible to ignore? What if the turnaround story of 2026 isn't a hot tech startup, but a 214-year-old bank led by a CEO who bet her legacy on getting smaller, sharper, and meaner? And what if financial advisory fees surging 84% in a single year is the ultimate proof that sometimes you have to break the machine before you can rebuild it? Welcome to Business Insights Daily. I'm your host, Shashank. On Wednesday morning, Citigroup topped analyst expectations. The star of the show wasn't consumer banking or credit cards, it was merger and acquisitions. Citi's financial advisory fees, the money banks charge for helping companies merge, divest, or restructure, surged 80% year over year. That performance helped the bank beat earnings estimates by almost 20 cents per share, a significant margin in the precise world of Wall Street forecasting. Overall, investment bank fees climbed by more than a third to $1.29 billion. Now, context matters. They still trail JP Morgan by about $1 billion in investment banking fees, but the gap is closing, and velocity matters more than the absolute number. The Fraser strategy. To understand this moment, you have to understand Jane Fraser, Citi's CEO. When she took over in 2021, she inherited a sprawling, inefficient mess. Citi had operations in too many countries, too many business lines, and not enough focus. Her strategy simple but brutal: shrink to grow. She's been selling off consumer banking operations in multiple countries. She's been cutting thousands of jobs. She's been exiting low margin businesses, all to refocus on what Citi does best: serving multinational corporations, managing cross border transactions, and advising on big, complex deals. The earnings report is vindication. It's proof that the pain of restructuring is starting to pay off. But Citi's success isn't just about Citi, it's about the market. We're in the middle of a deal making boom. Companies are merging at a pace we haven't seen in years. CEOs are feeling confident again. Interest rates have stabilized, and capital is available. And Citi, having positioned itself strategically, is capturing a larger share of that pie. The 84% surge in advisory fees suggests they're not winning small deals, they're winning the mega deals. The $10 billion plus transactions that generate massive fees and cement relationships with C suites. Sometimes the best time to invest in capability is when everyone else is distracted. While rivals were cruising, Citi was retooling, and when the work floods in, they're ready. And Citi isn't alone. Results followed Bank of America and Wells Fargo also seeing growth in their investment banking sectors. This tells us that 2026 is shaping up to be a strong year for Wall Street overall. When deal fees rise, it usually means corporate confidence is high, capital is flowing, and CEOs believe that they can create value through consolidation. But the standout story is Citi's velocity. Jumping 84% isn't incremental improvement, that's a market share grab. So, can Citi keep it up? The challenges are still real. They're still behind JP Morgan in absolute terms. Cost cutting has its limits. Eventually, you run out of things to cut, and the M&A boom could cool if the economy slows or if regulators start blocking deals. But for now, Jane Fraser has proven something important: that a bank can reinvent itself, even in the most traditional of industries. So the next time you hear about a massive merger, a tech giant buying a rival, or a pharma company acquiring a biotech startup, there's a decent chance a giant Fraser team was in the room making it happen. That 84% jump, it's not just a number, it's a comeback. Thank you for listening to Business Insights Daily. I'm your host Sashank, and we'll see you next time.